Two drinks and the fellas. Yo, 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 what's going on? We got two drinks and the fellas here coming to you live today. Today is a special episode because we lost a warrior. We lost a king this weekend. My dad, Ken Sr., passed on. So we going to dedicate this episode to my pops. I am
R.I.P. Pops.
Ken. RIP Pops for sure. I'm Ken. You know me, just a regular dude, Mr. On my grind, making them dollars and making lives change. And he is.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This B Mace. Salute out to Pops. Definitely a good guy. And I guess you go ahead
And
and introduce yourself.
I'm Kelvin, man. It's good to meet everyone. Rest in peace, Ken. He been around in my life for over 2 decades. So it's a
yep,
huge loss, man. Huge
back.
loss.
We're going to get into that. So, starting off, you know how we do it. So, we all going to kick back and have a drink and talk about my pops and the kind of dude he was and how he influenced our lives. So, first off, I'm going to start. I had to give my go to. Got
Hmm.
my Jim Beam honey. We about to get this right and have a real good conversation tonight. What you got, B?
I got some F and vodka. I'm gonna hit that up with a few cocktails while we talking.
Hold on before you do anything. I like that bottle because you already know, baby. It
Match
comes,
your
baby.
shirt, don't it?
Yep, because
Match
you
your
know you a
shirt.
White Sox fan.
Good guys with black.
And what you sipping on, Kelvin?
I got some Hennessy privilege, man, because this conversation is a privilege.
Indeed.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
Exactly, right? All right, we got Kathy about to join in too. Let me go ahead and bring her in so she can toast with us too. 1 second, fellas. 1 second. Got my cousin about to jump in. This B, this is my cousin Kathy. This is the one that she influenced me to go ahead and start the podcast because she
Hey,
said I
cuz.
was so good. What up, cuz? Cuz, I'm introduce you. This is my
Okay.
co-host B Mace over here.
Hey, Kathy, how
Hey,
you doing?
hey, how you doing?
And
I'm
then
good.
over here is Kelvin. He grew up knowing my dad basically how everybody else done did.
Oh, okay.
So we
How
gonna
you
go
doing?
ahead and do our thing. You got something to sip on with us, cuz? We already poured our drinks. We were just about
I
to
got
toast.
water. I'm in the bed.
Okay, so toast with us with some water. That's
Okay,
fine.
hold on to get my water.
All
Got my water.
right, so we're gonna toast to the show, two drinks and the fellas, and we're
All
gonna
right.
toast to my dad, Ken Sr. Rest in
Yep.
peace, Pops.
May he rest in peace. Yep.
Yep.
All right. You better
Ooh,
move over.
that was good.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy. All right, so Kelvin, let's start with you, brother. How'd
Okay.
you meet my dad?
I met your dad through my mom. They were friends, and Ken would come around, and he always had this glow about him, man. Like, I don't give a damn how bad your day could be going or how much trouble your ass is in. He always had a joke or something for you. And him and my mom, they had a I don't know, I believe they dated, I want to say, because they used to go out a lot.
Oh,
But
you about to tell on my pops, man? No, I was
hey,
playing.
my mom in trouble too. But yeah, they were good friends, and over the years they just became closer, and just he was someone that when my old man wasn't around, he was there. He would tell me the do's and the don'ts, and like, well, your mama crazy, your ass better do what you gotta do. And that's always, was
Sounds
motivation
like him.
because I knew him as a workaholic. Every time I seen him, he was getting off work or headed to work. And that
Right?
that inspired me, man. I'm like, damn, this dude is something else. And you know, um, over the years he had his challenges, but he always fought through the shit with a positive attitude, man. He was never down about things, even when he was dealing with things with like his sight, being an electrician. He was like, man, I gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep moving. And it was always just a positive energy and a positive vibe. He was just a joy to be around, man. And to know that he's not here no more, I'm at peace with it somewhat, but it'll never be the same.
Bet I feel you on that one. I definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now my boy B Mace, we didn't go back. We go back like two flats on the Cadillac. I mean, we what preschool, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah, long
Preschool. So
time.
so we got 30 plus years, and he didn't. What you got about my pops, bro?
So with Pops, I'd like to touch on what Calvin said. Pops always had jokes. It's like every time he saw me, he was ready to do a roast session with me. And then sometimes I wasn't ready because he was my senior. So I'd be like, you right. I'm gonna get him next time, Ken. I'm gonna get him next time.
Hey, you
But
know
the
my
sad part
goofy ass. I
is,
ain't getting no fuck.
yeah, you was used to it, but it kind of throw you off when somebody pops always get you every single time. Cause I ain't even have a joke every time, and I be having jokes, but it's just sad now. I ain't got that chance to get that joke off. But I know he up there cracking on me right now, dog
Yeah.
on me, dog
Hey, I
on me.
mean, I told him, I got to see him one last time after he passed, and I told him, I said, man, you was that nervous to be on our show, you had to check out, man, for real.
Oh Lord.
But that's how it was with Pops, though. Real talk, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kathy,
Mhm.
I know you've been, whoo, a long time with us. Long time with the Mazzell family.
Yeah. Since I came into the Muzzall family when I was 3.
And you
Um
23 now, so 20 years?
yeah, okay. Nope. I will be, Lord willing, I will be 50 November 3rd.
Yep, right,
Oh,
right before my birthday,
Congrats.
cuz.
Right,
hey man.
right.
I
So I've been a part of the family. You know how they say blood don't necessarily make you family,
Right,
you know.
right.
And I've never been treated better, you
Any
know.
less?
yeah.
Um
I ain't gonna
and
lie, I thought you was my cousin for real,
well,
for real.
everybody did, you know, but well, Auntie Pam would tell people when they would ask who I was,
Mm-hmm.
she would say that she was your grandfather's, my mother was your grandfather's illegitimate child. Which how I came into the family is from your cousin Chantel. We were
Yeah.
in preschool together and we would never stop talking. And we would never take a nap in preschool.
Uh-oh.
So the teacher had got our parents together and said, hey, you need to get these two together because they don't shut up. And we've been friends ever since. Well, family,
Mm-hmm.
cousins. So I've been in the family longer than you.
True. True.
So, I mean, even down to Monty and Jeffrey, they didn't know we weren't related
Mm-hmm.
until years later. Your daddy was always Uncle Ken to them. I mean, we spent our holidays
Yeah.
with you guys.
Always.
So there was that's all they knew was the Mazzells. So that's just how it goes. And your dad, I mean, when I was going to Walther, he would be right there at the games if we were there. This was before I was put out of Walther. That's a different story. But was just always there. And he actually hung out with me last year for my birthday. And I had sent him my invite for this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, I will never listen to No Diggity the same.
Right? My dad is a
Because that
fool.
was his ringtone. And I used to be like, dude, you still got Black
I know.
Street on your. And then he'd be like, dance to it. I'm like, really?
Half the time he miss answering the phone because he just vibing
Because
out so
he
much.
jamming to the ringtone. I'm like, really, kid? And his voicemail, this is Kenneth Mazzell. So I would leave him a voicemail like, yes, Kenneth Mazzell, talk on his voicemail. But he's definitely gonna be missed. Awesome man, good guy, funny, like your friends say, I always had a joke,
Just
you
pure.
know, or something, it's still hard to believe for me because like I said, I just talked to him. So
Yeah, I know I had his
um,
phone all day Saturday. I see. I'm like, I
Yeah,
was going through it, making sure I contact everybody that he just
yeah,
contacted, so I know, plus all the close friends that I know I needed to reach out to. And
right.
I had his phone from 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and that phone did not stop ringing until about 5, 6 o'clock that night. And that's all I kept
Hmm.
hearing about. Oh, this Kenny Jr., man. Your dad always talk about you. How your son Marcellus? I'm like, how
Oh
you
yeah,
know my
he's
son?
crazy about that baby.
Yeah, that
Right?
Oh yeah, he's
talked
crazy
about
about your baby.
was family, man, and it's so funny, man. I would do side work here recently, and every time I would get into a problem or just about fuck something up, I called Ken, and he ended up coming out. I was doing a job at my church, and he was like, I got a pacemaker, right? I said, yeah. He was like, well, you gonna know if this motherfucker work if we put this wire in the wrong place. And I'm like, come on, kid, can't be playing like that, and we trying to be serious, man. He like, you a whole professional anyway, so you'll be all right. And
You a what? What he call you? What he
a whole professional.
a whole professional. Hey, you know what? That's funny because no, one of the times I moved back to Chicago, and I was doing work with my dad. We was doing work at T and JJ's,
Okay.
and we was rewiring, putting new outlets in the kitchen. And
Hmm.
they was like, okay, so what we gonna do is we gonna connect all the outlets, and then you go around and tape them, okay? So you know what I mean? I'm just like, doo doo, cause the power off, right? So I'm just in my zone. I have my earbuds in. You know how us youngsters, you know what I'm saying? My dad's like, turn the things off, pay attention. I'm like, I'm good, Pop. I'm good. He's like, okay. So I'm sitting here vibing out, doing my thing, step, step, side to side, you know what I'm saying? And I grabbed that third one. Boy, I grabbed that bad boy. I went, ha! And I turn around and they cracking up. He turned the freaking power back on
He
because I
told
wasn't
me that.
listening. I wasn't
Uh-huh.
listening. I was like, all right, Pop, I got you, man. All right.
He
I'll
told
listen this time. It was
he
funny
told
though.
me
It
that
was funny
about
because
Man.
him, and Chris were working together, and he said that, man. He told us about that. He was fucking hilarious, man.
he shocked the shit out of me. I remember, hey, Kathy, you remember this was one Christmas.
Hmm.
Uh, I was little when Dad and Auntie Pam then was living over there. Was that Madison, the short brown apartments?
Okay. Uh-huh.
And he
Over on the
got
west side.
electrocuted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he got electrocuted at Amtrak.
Amtrak. Uh-huh.
Now get this, fellas. My dad was an electrician for Amtrak, so all the electrical is under the train, like you working under a car. So in order to work under the train, they had what's called the pit, and it was literally that they pulled the train onto this track, but it was a pit, a hollowed out pit under the track, and it had just rained,
Mm.
and he was under there working on it. And this is where I get it from, you know what I'm saying? Because it was Christmas, and we was all at Auntie Pam's house, and Dad had just got out of the hospital or whatever from getting shocked. And he was just cracking jokes. Oh, they was trying to get rid of me because I'm the best electrician they got at Amtrak.
Right.
Woo,
Just made a
woo,
joke out of it.
and
Right.
that's where it
Hmm.
came from with me when I was in high school. I had my accident and cut my fingers in high school, and
Right.
everybody was coming in the hospital crying for me and stuff. And I'm like, hey, at least I could give you an accurate account and say it's 2:30.
Just as silly as your dad.
Yeah. So I am my father's child. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. I
Yeah.
am his namesake through and through, baby.
Right. Yep.
And
I,
Hmm.
it's so tough talking to you, Ken, because you sound just fucking like him, man. It's weird.
Yeah, you have a lot of his mannerisms. I was looking
Yeah.
at that when I saw the podcast. I was like, this is Ken with braids or
Yep.
dreads. That's who this is. You have his mannerisms.
yeah, that's my pop though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
gonna be missed.
he is. But I mean, we had nothing but good stories. You know what I'm saying? Good times.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember he used to sit me and Brandon down. When he be like, fellas, come here. I look at Brandon like, here we go. I just came over here for $20, Dad. No, no, no. Come over here. Cause I had a friend named James, and his dad was way older. Like his dad was like in his 60s, 70s when we was in high school. So those old cats how they talk, right? So we always joke about my friend James' dad, because he used to also say, not a nail nutter. Always not a now nutter. And so when we would joke about that with my dad, he could say, "Okay, keep joking. I bet you one day he gonna put that pistol in your ass, though." I was like, "Okay, yeah, old cats is tough. I get it, Pop. I get it."
Right.
I remember
Right.
the first time I was a teenager and I got tough with him,
Uh-oh.
and everybody was like, "Oh, your dad gonna whoop your ass," and I was like, you know, get wet behind the ears. I'm a tough, I've been taller than both my parents since I was in fifth grade. That ain't mean shit. My
I
dad
was
was
gonna
like,
say that didn't mean nothing, did it?
what? No, actually, he threw me for a loop. He said, we gonna race down the block, and if I win, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And if you win, I won't whoop your ass. All right, bet. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
All right, there on 8th and Fillmore, we raced down 8th Avenue. I took off. I'm hauling, boy. I look back. Oh yeah, I got this. Out of nowhere, I hear. Like you ever in full stride running and you just go, boy. And then at the end, he said, "I ain't gonna whip your ass, but we gonna talk, son." And I was like, that was the realest shit right there. Like it was just like man to man at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
listen, I know how you feeling. And actually, it resonates to this next story when I had my son. And I told my dad, that was from the post that I just posted on Facebook, the moment that we had. And he said, I said, "I don't know what I'm doing, Dad. I get it now. There's no book, there's no instruction manual to tell you
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
how you need to be a dad." And he said, "I'm going to tell you one thing, son." He said, "To be a father means to wake up and try every day. But
Amen.
remember one thing. Always forgive yourself because you're going to make mistakes. That's the one thing that I have not done for myself."
Mm.
And at that moment, I felt like that was his way of apologizing for his mistakes
Making amends.
with
Yeah.
me growing up and him being young, trying to figure it out too. Because
Right.
he
Right.
didn't have a father when he
Mr.
had
Muzzell
kids.
had passed. Yes, because he
You
passed.
know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
saying?
Hmm. And see, I knew your grandfather and your grandmother.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I used to man,
Mm.
I can go back to the house on Carroll.
K-Town?
We doing Halloween, and your grandfather would make sure everybody had, and but we could go trick-or-treating,
Mm-hmm.
but we couldn't eat the candy
Oh, yeah?
because he gonna buy the candy.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
But because
Yeah.
because just being cautious and careful.
My parents like
So
that.
Auntie Pam would dress us up. We had Halloween. I mean, I was right in there just like I was their grandchild. So, but you come from good stock, so you just remember that. You know, you have to keep that legacy going, Kenny.
Yeah. I will
So you
admit
you
that.
take your daddy's advice, because what I do is I try to just remember, okay, so this is why mama and daddy
Mm-hmm.
said this,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, you know, just know you come from good stock, you come from good people. Your grandparents were good people. Your grandma was, even though I was a little girl, I still remember, you know, everybody had to have. Your grandparents was about family. Your Uncle Daryl, your Auntie Vet, Auntie Avon, all about family. See, I was the only child. So Avalon and Willie were like, it was like my big sister and my big brother. See, we all went to the same school together.
Mm-hmm.
We all got on the bus together, school bus, and we would all be at Auntie Avon's house after school. And I was never treated any different. We all got our heads popped. One got popped, we all got popped.
Oh yeah, they used to line
So
them up. They lined it all up. When one got in trouble, we all got in trouble because we let
everybody
them
got in
do
trouble
it.
because we
Yep.
wasn't gonna snitch.
And I
So
recall. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that's just what you need to know. You come from good stock. Your daddy was a good dad, and he did the best he could. not only with you, but with everybody.
Yep.
You
That's
know.
the one thing I came to terms with. It actually helped me be at peace because I saw a lot of my dad doing for everybody else. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's at one point I'm like, what about me? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at that moment when I was saying what about me, I didn't need no daddy no more. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I was a,
Mm-hmm.
I was a man at that point, but there was the things that I was looking past that he was actually doing. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the random just, hey, I'm out over this side, come ride with me type stuff.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shoot the shit, just
A
like
lot
how
of
we
people
are
don't.
right here.
A lot of people don't get a chance to do. Let me tell you something. A lot of people still have their dads walking this earth, and they be wishing they fathers would at least give them a text.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
And
actual cousin Jeffrey, he wished
Yeah.
his father would at least just pick up the phone and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
yeah. And my dad fucked up a lot, and Ken knew about it because him and my mom used to talk about it. But I don't hold him accountable for the mistake he made because I understand that he was young and he still fuck up now, but he alive, So I embrace the moment of that, and
Right,
and
right.
Right.
Ken is brought me closer. My dad's birthday was October 10th, and he always calls me on my birthday, even though
Well, that's good.
he doesn't, call me a lot, but he calls me, and when he called me, I'm like, man, it's good to hear from him. But to double back with Ken, I understand where you're coming from, Ken, with seeing him do for other people, but God put different people in different places in different positions,
Mm-hmm.
Oh
seasons,
yeah. Oh yeah.
so where you see him doing for other people, it was probably that season for him, because I'm gonna tell you, your dad has touched so many people. Can't nobody say shit negative about Ken because he never brought that type of energy. Even
Right.
when they fucking with him at work, he always gave him shit all the way through. He was telling me about this story where this guy was trying to crack on him and make a fat joke about him. And he was like, he said, I fucked him up when I asked him, you know, how did his wife feel about it? He was like, what you mean? And Ken was like, yeah, I made a joke about his wife and he liked
Oh
it.
Lord.
He was like, so
Jesus.
he was
Cutthroat.
like, he said, I taught his ass. He said, you want to joke, you better be able to take one because I'm good with this shit. And I know he was dead ass serious because he's just like that. And it was so funny because working working in the field that we work in, it's predominantly those folks. I ain't gonna call them out, but it's those folks.
White folks.
So yeah, we have to do
It's
everything.
my
And
show. I could do that.
okay, well, I'm glad I'm on with the CEO. So when they send a lawsuit, kid, I ain't been on
Oh,
this.
here, hold on real quick before we continue your story. No mean to cut you off. Cuzzo,
Yes.
it's official.
Oh, I got my glasses on. What that say?
Two drinks
I'm
and
really sure of my age. I can't
uh,
see.
two drinks and a joint podcast LLC.
Okay. So what does that mean now? You when you say official, so what? You can do what
It's a
now? You can.
LLC. It's a company. It's a
Oh,
brand. Here,
Nobody else
okay.
can have it.
Yep, I'm about to let my uncle Terry in too. So let's keep talking though.
So does that mean now, like, can you like
It's a
solicit?
yes. It's a
Monitorize it.
yeah. So it's a limited liability company now. So it's a company. It's a brand.
Okay.
So we building
Okay.
our brand. So yeah, buddy.
Now, how you gonna make money? Because that's what you need to be doing.
Oh, from the show and from our views, and we also going to coming soon. Just so our fans know, coming soon. We're gonna have merch too. We're gonna have merchandise.
Okay. Okay. So you can also solicit people to like like with my business, the
Yeah,
Queen of Smoke Barbecue. So I can put like a little ad or whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
I could put an
Yep.
ad on our show.
The Queen
Give
of
me
Smoke
some money.
Barbecue.
Give me
Yep,
some
yep,
money,
yep,
and I'll put
yep.
an.
Okay, got you, got you.
All right,
Okay.
everybody. So we just had a special guest pop in here. My dad's brother from another mother, and he just disappeared, or did his camera go too high because he
He
kind of
probably grabbing
short?
his drink.
I
Let you.
thought he kind of short, so sometimes this my Uncle Terrance. What up, Uncle T?
What's
What
up,
up? What up,
T?
Mike? How's it going?
All right. So everybody, this my Uncle T.
What's
Um,
up? What's up?
How you doing,
we got
man?
my cousin Kathy. We got Kelvin up here, and over here in the black, all black, is my co-host B Mace.
All right.
So you
Hey,
got, I
Y'all
know you get,
doing?
we
we
good. I know
good.
you
We
got
good.
something to sip
Good.
on the toast from with my dad.
I sure don't, man. You caught me off guard.
Well, go get you a water bottle.
You got time. You got a lot of time, T.
Who is this?
Yeah, I was just trying to get that packing done for that trip in the morning, but I wanted to come in and join you, man. I didn't want to let you down.
No doubt, Unc. So
Thank you for
everybody,
coming through.
this is my Uncle Terrance right here. Tell him about you and my dad, man.
Hey, man, me and your dad go way back to 1987.
Ooh.
He started at Amtrak on February the 2nd, and I started Amtrak at February 17th.
Your dad was
15
making
days
money.
apart, we became the best of buddies, man. We was inseparable.
All right, and it looks like I got my Uncle Tony Gatewood just chimed in.
What's going on, brothers?
Going on,
All
Tony?
right, what's happening?
How everybody doing tonight?
Are
We
we?
good.
We
Good.
lovely.
We
We
chopping it up,
lovely.
talking about dad. Stories about dad.
But you're gonna need more than one night.
Tell me about it. I had his phone on Saturday, and that man, I haven't talked on the phone that much since I worked at the call center, man.
Brother, you're gonna need more than one night. Your total experience at the call center cannot eclipse
Nope.
all the stories to be told about your father. There's stories that over the last few days, there's things that I've been remembering that I completely forgot about times. And I mean, just, it ain't all kick it times. You know what
Right.
I mean? Because your dad's history with me goes back to sometime in early 1977 when both he and I were taking the entrance exam for Walter.
Mm.
That's how far back they go.
That's
And
nice.
he happened to be, as fate would have it, he was sitting right next to me, to my left. I remember exactly what he had on, exactly what he looked like. I thought he was the nicest, most cutest little cuddly dude. You know what I mean? He was just a jovial little fellow, man. And then that summer when we showed up for summer practice for football, it was like a demon had possessed him. I was like, wait a minute, is this the same little chubby dude that was sitting next to me? It was just a complete monster.
He was a beast
But
when on that football field.
yeah, and what I'm saying is this, man. He and I, as Kendrick and I, as Tino and I don't know, are they on the line?
No, I just got my Uncle Terrance and a couple my cousin Kathy, my co-host B Mace,
Okay.
and Kelvin is what's your mom's name, Kelvin?
Lynn.
Lynn. Lynn's son, who's known my dad forever. We just all talking about experiences with my
Okay.
dad. So you know my
Okay. So
dad from Walter, right?
right. I'm the only Walter right on here right now, besides yourself, I think. Right? Did you go to Walter?
No, I didn't.
I
No,
went
you
to
went to
Walter.
Glenbar, one of the Glenbar
Yeah, I
schools.
went to
That's right.
Glenbar South. Kathy went to Walter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I went to Walter. I didn't graduate from
Okay.
there, but I did go there.
Okay. So he and I both were class of 81, but beyond high school, our relationship continued throughout our lives until he expired the other day. And we saw all of the ups and downs. We saw all of the milestone moments in life, like when your dad got married to your mom, when you were first born. I was there for all of that. You know what I mean? When Chris was born and came home, I was there for all of that. When Slick died, I was there for all of that. When Karen died, I was there for all of that and everything in between. You know what I mean? So your dad has laughed with me. He has cried with me. You know what I mean? When your grandparents passed away, when we used to have parties, we had a party in the basement at your grandparents' old house in the city one time, and that was when Aqua Boogie was out by Parliament. Boy,
Boogie.
boy,
Oh boy.
Hey, that's my
boy,
jam
when
though.
I tell you, look, and I forget it was one of y'all cousins that was a DJ. I can't call
That
his
was
name
that
right
was my
now.
Uncle Randy.
Yes, yes. Randy was on the ones and twos, brother.
Nice.
He played Aqua Boogie for about 45 minutes. The walls were drenching with sweat. When I tell you, we had some legendary moments, brother. Legendary moments in school, outside of school, once we all became adults. You know what I mean? And of course, you know your dad was a jack of all trades. I don't know if there was much that he couldn't fix, and if he couldn't fix it, Daryl could fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if Uncle Daryl couldn't fix it, then they knew somebody that could.
Yep.
Exactly. But I never experienced a time where they had to refer to that other person, whoever that third person. It was always between him and Daryl, honestly. You know, and you know, all the way to when he had the black Jeep. When he got that Jeep, he thought he was macking when he had that Jeep.
I remember that.
He thought he was straight macking when he had that Jeep, boy. And you know, when he got on the Amtrak, and you know, when your mom and dad first got married, and subsequently his other marriages and cars and homes. And until the time that she expired, my mom insured your dad and Daryl. And so that's the kind of bond that we had, brother. You know what I mean? And right now, for the first time, I'm starting to get a little choked up, but
it's all good, bro. All good.
That's my man.
I know. And you know what? That's the thing is my dad touched everybody. And like I was saying earlier before you got on, Uncle Terrance and Uncle Tony, at one moment I felt like I was jealous. Like my dad's doing all this for everybody else, but what about me? What about me? But at that point, my dad had already did his job and I was an adult. And that's when I knew I was an adult and I was maturing because I actually sat down and looked at it from a different standpoint. Now is not the
Right.
time to be selfish. I can share my dad with
Well,
everybody else. I'm talking about
let me
when
say
I was a
this.
when I was an adult, when I realized that, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I can share my dad with everybody because, I get my dad all the time. They don't.
Right.
So let them have their moment with my dad because now I get to see all the lives that my dad has touched in this moment.
And let me tell you something
Well,
about your daddy. He did not play with us, with the girls.
Oh no.
All we had to do was make a phone call.
Hold on, because don't forget, when I was a teenager, I was the rough one. I was the one that everybody would call Kevin, because Kevin was 6'7", 405, and then they call me. I was 6'1", a buck 90, soaking wet, but I was the crazy one.
Because you crazy like your daddy.
So so next thing you know, you see me and Kevin. Remember when Kevin had that box Chevy? Me and Kevin would pull up, and everybody be like, "Oh, big guy," and my cousin would be like, "You need to be scared of my little cousin, because I had all types of weapons. You
No,
better
your
slow
dad
down."
did not play. Trust me, we done made some phone calls. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you that all of those times that you might have felt jealous, and your dad was off doing, what he could do for other people or whatever the case might have been. what that was, and I'm sure you can see it now, was he was sowing the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah.
sowing the seeds and building relationships so that when this time came about, you would not be alone. His
Correct.
physical presence
Correct.
will not be here any longer,
Uh-huh.
but you're going to hear stories from now until about your dad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like I won't share it now because I mean there's so many. I remember the time, it was one time here in Rose, they had a Volvo. You probably don't even remember that. In fact, I think that was before you even came along.
It was
They had
because
a Volvo.
I remember the burgundy car they had.
Oh,
Right. I want to say that was Cordoba or
Yeah, a
something, or
Cordova.
Chrysler.
It was the Cordova.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And something happened. He was coming. He and Rose had been somewhere, and they were over in Manheim, over in Melrose Park, and he got into basically a road rage type of thing with somebody, and they threw a brick at the car, and him and the guy, I think, got into it, and the guy drove off, and I can't remember if he hit Kenneth with a tire rod or something. He hit him with something, and he caught it. Kenneth caught it, but it busted his hand, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And when I drove over, he called me, and of course he was crying and upset, and he was crying not because he was hurt, he was crying because his ass was mad. And so I remember that situation. I remember the situation when you got attacked
Mm-hmm.
out there. I remember that night because I had to calm him down because he literally wanted to kill somebody. So I mean, there's just so much stuff, man. I mean, and again, like I said, it'll come flooding back to me. You know, it'll
Right.
take time, and that's why I said again, those times that he wasn't with you all, he was building up support for when this moment came.
Yep.
And you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that. I'm sure you've already felt it to some degree now, and you're going to continue to feel that.
Right.
Yeah,
I understand.
he was loved by many, man. It's not a multitude of people. That's what you have to call it. And just him was such a fucking man. He teach you so good, man, to the point where you
Hold
have
on, Kelvin. Who TV is on? Turn it down. This is a live recording. Come on now. Y'all messing up my brand. All right, go ahead. My bad.
no, I was making sure one, and I'm gonna kill my damn daughter because she keep texting me while I'm finna block that. He's such a good teacher to you just had to get it by the way he put it down for you because he always took you step by step. And
Right.
the way he spoke, the way he showed you, and he wouldn't get mad at you. He got mad at me and Chris. If my phone was just going off from emails, but Chris was on the phone while he was working. He was like, "Hey, y'all got to kill it with this phone bullshit. We got work to do." And he was like, "I know you ain't my son, but I know you my son because you drive a Jeep." He was like, "But that goes your ass too." You know what? You're right. And I took the damn phone and put it in the car. I said, I ain't gonna deal with this phone no damn more while I'm working with Ken because I just got in trouble with the foreman and I ain't never got in trouble with him.
Or you just do what I used to do when I work with Dad. I just go to the bathroom and get on the phone.
Well, I can tell you where that comes from. Again, because I was there, that comes from your grandfather.
Yeah, I know.
He had
Yep.
he had a similar disposition when it was like that. He too was a tradesman, and he had I can't remember what kind it was, but he had a station wagon. He used to drive because he would pull up on Chicago Avenue every afternoon. I can't remember a time when Mr. Muzzall was alive that he didn't come and wasn't at one of our football practices or
Yeah.
games. And he'd be sitting out there smoking his square, standing on the sidewalk, watching us, in his overalls, watching us practice. And I know from the times that I was around him, and from countless conversations with your dad and with Daryl on how he was, and that's how he was with them. So consequently, that's how your dad was with you and Chris,
Yeah.
and that's the roots. That's the roots of where all that came from.
And that's why me and him used to butt heads because I'm too much like my mama. I appreciate you, Uncle Tony. I know you at work, man, but I appreciate you jumping on and giving us some
Yeah,
history
man,
on my
I had to
pops.
do that. I wasn't going, and trust me, it's more that I ain't even scratched the surface.
Oh,
Cause
we'll
I
get
got some,
into that again, and trust
bro.
me,
We
we'll
gonna
get
get it.
into it.
Remind me. You know how close your dad and Michelle are now?
No.
Michelle Larry.
Oh
You know
yeah,
who
yeah,
Michelle
yeah, yeah,
Larry is,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know how close they are now?
How close?
I'm just saying in general. You know how close they are now.
I know that she was one of the few that he would always reach out to and check on, because
Right.
that's what I looked at
And
in his phone.
I'm gonna tell you about when they wasn't that close.
Hmm.
Remind me to tell you that story because it is hilarious.
I got you. We'll talk
It,
about it. We'll chop
man,
it up. Out.
it's so hilarious. I laugh now when I think about it, all that happened and how it happened.
I
And
understand.
so I'll tell you that one day, man. I'll tell you that one day. But I'm gonna say good night to everybody,
No
and
doubt.
again, you know what I mean. Your dad is going to continue to live on in you and Chris, and for whatever missteps you all might have made in life, okay, it's okay. That's behind you.
Right.
Okay, that's behind you. You got to look forward. If
Exactly.
you're walking forward, you won't fall. If you're looking backwards, you won't fall. Just keep that in mind.
No
Okay,
doubt. I
keep
appreciate
keep
y'all.
keep keep that in mind.
Thank you,
And
Tony.
seriously, I'm here for you all, and I mean that with all sincerity. A lot of people will say that. I can tell you by name to people when they tell you that they're going to mean it to the bone and to their last breath.
Oh, I
And
could
I'm
tell
one
because
of them because
I done talked to half of them at least 6 times since Saturday, and it's only
yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. And so that's real. Trust me, that's real. So and I know that had any of us preceded him in death, he
Could have
would
been
have done
same
everything
thing.
within his power to do the same for us and our offspring. So that's what that is.
Yep.
No doubt. That's
So
definitely my
with that, I'm
dad.
gonna bid you all. I'm gonna bid you all a good night because I gotta get back on my job. But I love you all,
Love you
and
too, Unc.
I'm here. I'm here for you.
Bet.
Appreciate you, Tony.
You have a
And good
good one,
night to
Unc.
Have a
everybody
good
else.
night.
Good night, man.
All
Have
right,
a
y'all
Good
take
night.
care.
All right.
Good night.
Uncle T, you up to bat, brother.
Hey, y'all was talking about cars, right?
Yeah.
So he came
Hold
by the
on.
crib one day.
Pause before you get into it. Because I remember the hatchback Mustang. B, remember that I used to tell you about the hatchback Mustang, and my
Yeah.
man's had the house speaker in it. He
Hmm.
had the house. This is when they first start. This is when they first started putting subs in it, and me, I'm like, oh, he got a house speaker in the car. And this my Uncle T. He had boy. I remember he pulled up one time. He was like, hey, look at this nephew. Whoa. I was like, I want that. Remember
And
that Uncle T?
I still got that car, right?
Yeah, I know you do.
Oh
I know you
shit.
do.
That's nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember when I first bought it, and your dad wanted to drive it.
Uh-oh.
I said, man, go ahead, man, get on in there and drive it. He was driving like Miss Daisy. I said, man, what the F you doing, man? Put your foot in this B and let's go. Boy, he hit that gas and scared him. He pulled over and here you go, man. Scared him. I say, man, this Mustang ain't no joke, boy. You gotta hit it. You gotta drive this car.
That's a
Yeah,
stain, baby.
yeah.
It was a 5.0, wasn't it?
That's right, 5 speed.
Woo. Yes, sir. I might
Yes,
have to
sir.
get behind that mug soon.
Oh yeah. Hey, Still in the garage, baby. Still in the garage.
I might have to buy that off of you.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Every time I take it out the garage, I get too many compliments.
It's all good. It's all
It
Yeah.
ain't
good.
nothing wrong with that.
So tell me some stories. I know you got some stories besides that, though.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
was brothers. Hey, don't forget, this is my podcast. We adults. No kids on this.
Not
I
allowed.
remember one time your dad, man, he got into some trouble. He was over at a bar or something.
Uh-oh.
And some guys, man, tried to rough him up a little bit, took his chain. He called me up.
Uh-oh.
What did he do that for? Man, I must have put everything I had in my pants and went on over there to where he was. And when I got there, that's when I had a Delta 88.
Ooh.
When I got over there, I lift up my hood. I say, here you go. He go one for you right here. Let's go handle this business. He went, oh, man, that's all right. Cool, man, cool. Man, we went in there. Luckily, the guy wasn't there. We was about to light that joint up, boy.
I
Ooh.
bet. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though. The thing about my dad, cause see, I didn't see my dad try to punch through a bulletproof glass because he thought he was
Yeah,
Superman
yeah,
out in Bolingbrook.
yep.
I didn't see him wild out. But at the end of the day, it was always a lesson to be learned. That's what I learned about my dad. He may wild out and have his moments, but then he'll sit down and talk with me and say, look, son, I'm gonna tell you right now, family is family. Whether they blood or not, we look out for our family. So whatever we gotta do, we gonna do.
Yes,
And that's
right.
what I
That's right.
that's the one main lesson, well, second main lesson I learned from my dad besides being a father to my son. You know what I'm saying? And I will commend my dad because he wasn't perfect, but know that he still tried as much as he could. And like everybody said previously, he left a legacy. He may not have been a millionaire and everybody know him, but everybody do know him.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, I just want to say I appreciate all you guys for coming out. We had an hour. Man, we didn't hit an hour. I think Uncle Tony Gatewood and took up that whole damn hour. But I love him for it. I love him for it. I can't even lie. He came through and represented for Pops. That's all we needed. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Terry, I love you,
Yes,
man. I'm glad you came on. You know what I'm
I
Thank you,
love
saying?
sir.
you too, man. I
Real
love you
talk.
too, man.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
And Kathy, Cuzzo,
Yeah. Yeah.
if it wasn't for you, this show wouldn't even be possible. So
Thank you.
me
Oh,
Thank
and
you,
my
Kathy.
look,
me and my co-host, thank you, real talk.
look,
Because
you welcome. Cause look, let me know. I'm serious. If y'all need any assistance, see, I want you to get some money.
oh, we gonna get it. We gonna get Uncle Terry, let me show you real quick. I already showed Kathy. There you go right there.
That's good.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Congratulations.
cool. Cool, brother.
And I got my official LLC stamp, boy. Ooh.
That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
That's a
That's what I'm
good
talking
Hey,
thing.
about.
man, keep up the good work.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you know what I'm
Keep
saying?
up the good work.
At the end of the day, I'm making a legacy and I'm moving, I'm taking it to the next level, like you know what I'm saying, like my dad would want me to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And
good.
Kelvin, I got a new little big brother.
Hey man, I'm here for you, man. And when I say that shit, I know people in these times say that with a cliche-ish, oh, I'm here for whatever you need. No, I'm really here for whatever you need, bro. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll roll over and pick the phone up, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I believe that because you were the first one to hit me besides like all his school friends and was like, bro, yo daddy. And just the sincerity in your voice, I'm like, we got a new one. I got
Yeah,
another brother now.
yeah. Yeah, used to be on
Okay.
my ass, man, and I appreciate him for it because it made me a better person, man.
Hey,
Exactly.
B Mace already know, man. I was the hothead, and B Mace was the common sense that I didn't have. This my boy right here. If it wasn't for him right there, boy, I tell you. But
So I
yeah,
got a question about your podcast.
yes, ma'am.
Shoot, we like
Um,
questions.
so it's just you, and I'm sorry. What's your
B
buddy?
Mace.
B
Okay, so
Mace.
it's gonna be you guys together.
It's gonna be us together, but we always gonna have guests on.
How you a
So
guest?
so now
Okay,
now that you done said that, I gotta shout out to my fans. Hey, again, don't forget to like, comment, and share and
okay,
subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. But I also want to tell you, if you one of our regular fans and you comment regularly, because we want you guys to comment on our stuff and tell us different topics you want us to talk about. If you one of our regular fans that always comment, that'll give you a chance to be a guest on our show. I
We
want
love to bring you
okay,
on.
everybody. We also
okay.
showcase it. We also
So
gonna
that's you and B Mace. Cause see,
yes, ma'am.
I gotta make sure I get that all right. Cause I don't want to be, yeah, my
You remember,
cousin
you
on the
remember, you remember,
podcast.
you remember, you remember Mace from Bad Boys. So
Yeah,
just put a B
okay,
in front.
okay, okay. That's
But
good.
yeah.
Well, I want to see about getting y'all some sponsors so
Oh,
y'all
it's all
can
well, you already know we getting this going, cuz
get some.
you know how it is.
Yeah, cause I can make some money now.
Yeah, we already on that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like I said, and then we also got our Patreon, two drinks in a joint Patreon. And for
Okay,
$5 a month, all our fans can, contribute to our cause, you know what I'm saying, and help
okay,
us do our thing. And also with being a member of our Patreon, will give you a chance to get on our show too. So
okay.
Exactly.
so we giving
All
everybody a shot,
right.
and we also showcasing Chicago talent. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have Darren on here. Mr. University of North Carolina, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Top Cop down in Texas.
Right.
And
Okay.
he also doing
We
personal
text each
training.
other the other day.
He
Yeah.
he doing
Okay.
personal
Yeah, we
training, and
talk.
TJ is killing it. Oh, you
Oh,
seen it?
he done got so tall.
Woo,
You
TJ
sent me some
killing it.
pictures of
And
him. That
then
was
we also got Rob Mayfield, local Chicago comedian, gonna be on our show. I got my
okay.
boy Marcus. Marcus just let out his album called Love Verse War on all streaming platforms. Go check
Okay.
that out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He bringing the '90s R&B back with a
Yeah. See,
new
that's
school.
my party
He
is 90s,
he's
all
bringing
90s.
he's bringing a '90s R&B flow with a
So he's an
2020
artist.
flow. Oh yeah,
So
oh
he
yeah.
sings.
Go check it out.
Okay.
Go check it out. Love versus War, Marcus Atom.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And
All right. I'm gonna check
and
him
I
out.
got it. And then my boys at Fair Warning Podcast, who also gave me a chance to be a guest on their show, which is the show that you saw, Cuzzo.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
they gonna be on here too. AJ done wrote a book, Not a Million Dollar Dad, How to Be a Dad Without Having $1 million.
Okay.
And then Chicago does his clothing line, Jevity, Mr. Drip and Drive. And then
Okay.
John is the podcast guy. He doing his big things. You know what I'm saying? And B, this is gonna be the next video gamer right here. He about to have him a big video game bigger than GTA 5. Ain't that
Hey,
right,
it's in
B
the
Mace?
works. It's in the
Now I
works. We
don't know
trying to
nothing
get
about
some.
video games, but hey, I'm for it.
Hey,
I'm about
do
to
Anything
it.
make some for
positive.
everybody.
I'm gonna leave y'all.
Anything positive.
As long as the outcome is income, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, anything positive.
Let's get
Right?
some
Anything
cheddar.
positive. I'm all for it. I got you. Just keep it real to yourself, and just be honest and just
That
do you.
that's what this show is
Exactly.
all about. We go, hey, it's two drinks and two fellas sitting here having a sip and talking some shit. You understand? Because it's about to get serious. Yes,
The
sir.
most basic thing, we just try to reach an audience that can relate. I can understand if you
Right,
can't relate. If you can relate, you can listen. But
right,
hey,
right.
share it to somebody who can. We love
Because
y'all.
because at the
Well,
end of
long as it's interesting, that's the thing. Because when I watched the show, you know, Kenny, with you on there, I said,
hmm
"Oh Lord, what is this boy talking about?"
Exactly.
But I had to erase the fact that you was my cousin.
yeah,
So I was like, "Well, shoot, this gotta what? This gotta." I took out that you were my cousin.
right.
You see what I'm to listen because people they want to know. You get educated if you don't know. It's no difference than what they put on what's that TLC and all that crap on Lifetime. So
Yeah, yeah.
everybody may not have been down for what you were doing, but you were educating people and you were uh it was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that was my polyamorous episode.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I
Yeah,
thought it
Unc,
was
I'm gonna
funny.
school you on something, Unc.
Yeah,
On
I
this
thought it
on
was
this
funny.
poly life.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. You made it you didn't make it boring. So I subscribe to a lot of podcasts. And sometimes I'll be like, all right, they ain't talking about nothing, So you
Exactly.
made it interesting. So and it was upbeat. So I was still up watching it.
You know
I
what?
was like, this is hilarious.
At the end of the day, we made this a dedication to my pops, but we also made it upbeat too. And I,
Yeah,
I,
oh
I
yeah.
wanna I wanna thank you guys for coming through. Real talk. Saying from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all you guys for coming through. And those that couldn't make it, I know they was trying, you know what I'm saying? So this goes out to my pops. And for
Oh
those
yeah.
y'all that got water or whatever, one last toast to my pops.
Hold up, 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 hold up.
Yeah, let me repour mine because that's look kind of light.
Cause I'm empty. I'm
I
empty
got
over
my
here.
water.
Hey, I just opened this at the beginning of the show.
You know I love you because you got me up past my
I made it
bedtime.
here.
I tell you, when I did when I was a guest on the other podcast, I killed the whole bottle at the episode.
You got down.
I didn't know we was not drinking, but just talking. But anyways, one last toast to my pops. Pops, we
Yes,
love you.
sir.
You know what I'm
We
Yes,
saying?
love you.
Kim Mazel, senior.
I remember it.
You're gonna be missed, but you're never gonna be forgotten.
Never forgot.
And to our fans, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Until
Thank you.
next time.
Thank y'all for inviting me. I'm gonna be watching.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you,
make sure
everybody, coming
I'm gonna
through.
give all you guys a link, and we're gonna go from there. It's about to get serious.